Let's move on to the Monday Nighter, a team that I have fallen for. The Washington Commanders. 4-5, 2-2 on the road. They make us money, man. I got the Philadelphia Eagles, 8-0, 4-0 at home. Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let's start with the line history here with these Commanders. What happens when they get Chase Young back? Will they get Chase Young back? The Eagles opened up minus 10.5, minus 106. That's where they are now. No movement. The total opened up at 44.5. It's dropped to 43.5. Let's move over to the cash flow for the Monday Nighter. 2,383 tickets in. 26% of the tickets, just 26 of them on the Eagles. 39% of the cash, though. Then 57% of the tickets, 93% cash on the under. Commanders had their 3-game winning streak snapped in 2017 home loss to the Vikes. Heineke 15-28 for 149 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. 3 of 10 on third down. The offense did not look good. Curtis Samuel caught 3 passes for 65 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown was was very fortunate. Imagine if they don't get that touchdown. And then look at these guys' numbers. They're atrocious. McLaurin caught 5 passes for 56 yards. Brian Robinson ran 13 times for 44 yards. Logan Thomas returned to the lineup but didn't catch a pass in his return. Their defense was really strong. Birdie was on Dalvin Cook, rush yards under. He went for 47 yards on 17 carries. They finished with 2 sacks and 11 quarterback hits. Danny Johnson had a pick. Cole Holcomb now 2 games in a row he's missed with a foot injury. And Dotson now missed 5 straight games with a hamstring injury. Eagles coming off extra rest after winning the Thursday nighter 29-17 on Thursday night. Very underwhelming. 14-14 at the half. 8-0 for the first time in franchise history. They're the 29th team in the Super Bowl era to start 8-0. The other 28 all made the playoffs. 15 of those went on to win their conference. And 8 won the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, 21-27 for 243 yards, 2 touchdowns. Goddard caught 8 for a hundo. A.J. Brown caught 4 for 59. Miles Sanders ran 17 times for 93 yards. The defense held the very weak Texans offense to 2 for 9 on third down. Hargrave had all 3 of their sacks. And Gardner Johnson and Bradbury each had interceptions. I'm interested in this one. Obviously, you guys know I've started to fall. I like any team that makes me money. And the Commanders have been making me money. Take it away for us here, Andy. Washington, Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's a tough one, too, because it feels like the Eagles maybe had a mail-it-in spot where, hey, we're going to win this game. Like, we don't have to play our best. We're going into almost essentially a mini bye when you get that Thursday to Sunday look. Now it's the Thursday to Monday that the Ravens were able to take advantage. So you get the same thing that the Ravens had on Monday. The Thursday to Monday, you got the better head coach. You've got the much better team, most likely. Just like Ravens and Saints, you're facing a backup quarterback. You're facing a team with some problems with their offense. I'd love to back the Commanders here, but it's a big step up. And the way that, like you said, you needed a referee to take out a defender. I don't think that's just you don't get a touchdown on the play. I think that's an interception if that referee isn't there. Like, I feel like the Commanders cover, while I wasn't super excited about anything Minnesota did, maybe a little fortunate to get that play. So it's not an offense I think it's going to play very well. They got pressured early and often. That said, that's a lot of points. Like, if you did the, hey, here's $500, I'd bet the Commanders in a heartbeat. It's just I'm not doing it with my money. As many looks as I already have on this one. This is a wide distribution game where, if the defense looks bad, the Eagles are suddenly going to be up by quite a few points, and that offense really struggled against a bad secondary. So I'm worried that the Commanders won't score enough to stay within this number. And it's just such a nice rest and prep spot for the Eagles. So I'm staying off it just because it's not a trustworthy offense.
Do you think that you can get a better number come Monday? Do you think that
the thing too is, like, if you really want to back Washington, do you think Washington is just going to stop this Eagles first half gravy train? Like, I feel like if you want to bet Washington, you might be getting like a full game 17 at half. if you want to, I think if you're, I mean, picture yourself betting Washington. Do you think this is just a competitive game, or do you think Washington is able to just stay within 10 because they're scoring some non-competitive scores late in the second half? Like, if that's part of that handicap, you might be better off just taking them at halftime anyway. So this is a stay away game for me, and just it's such a nice travel and rest spot for a good team with a good quarterback, and they offer a lot more than even Kirk Cousins dancing on the plane. But man, Jalen Hurts is better than Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, and there's no doubt about it. 11 now. Heineke's not going to give up either. So I would never make a bet thinking, oh, this is going to be a backdoor special. That's just a losing way of.
I mean, when you have double digits, though, a lot of them, that is the thing, because the Eagles, if it's late in the game, there's no incentive to win by 10 on the last drive. Like, that defense is, yeah, here it is. Like, whatever, backdoor's wide open, guys. Like, especially even if they're up, let's say they're up by 10, there's no incentive to like stop them and get the ball back if it's a very, or there's no incentive to go down and drive and score and turn that into a 17-point lead if there's like 3-4 minutes left. That's hey, let's get a couple first downs and kneel on it like we saw last night. So it's a tough one, and I'm staying off the Monday night one completely.
All the big bets have come in on the under so far. It's gone from 44.5 to 43.5. Do you agree with that move?
Yeah, I mean, the Commanders' offense, like I said, they looked bad against a bad Minnesota secondary, and this is a tougher defense. So that's again where I'm worried about the Commanders. I think if they cover a big number, it's going to have to be some touchdowns in, quote unquote garbage time.
Well, I can't wait to live bet both these games. I think they're going to be really fun. Obviously, I'm a Niners fan, but I want in on Washington. If Eagles go down and score a touchdown, you get a nice giant number. I'd be very interested, and I'm interested in the under. Put a bow on this show. We got to put a bow on this show. I know we've gone long, but is the Commanders' defense real? I mean, we know they stopped the run. I mean, what they did to Dalvin Cook was really impressive, and the Eagles love to run the ball. What do you do, just to put a bow on this game? What are your thoughts on the Commanders' defense?
It's okay, but I really think it can be beat through the air, and I think you have a smart enough coaching staff where they know that's like, hey, maybe we don't run into the teeth of this defense and give them more of an aerial attack, give them more some outside zone runs, give them some schemed quarterback runs, stuff that they haven't been stopping as well. It's a smart team. I worry that smart teams don't play into the strengths of other teams. They play around them. Again, for the millionth time, I'll reference the Belichick game against the Vikings, where with the Minnesota had an all-world run defense, and they ran the ball like 4 times. Just they threw it like 50 times. Even in neutral game states, they're just like, well, we're just going to throw every down. If we can't run against you, why should we even do it?
Yeah,
just don't. Good teams don't waste downs.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Thank you guys all so much for hanging with us. A lot of you guys ran with us for the entire show. It means a ton to us here at Pub Sports Radio.